Hello and welcome to Digital Zone channel. My name is Iris and today we will model a chess piece together. It is a great exercise for beginners in Blender, where we can try some basic tool. We will show how to insert a reference image into a new scene, how to switch an object transparency, and what the extrude and bevel functions are used for. So let's get started. First, we will need a reference image to model from. Use the shortcut Shift-A to open the menu for adding new objects. Select Image and then Reference, which will open the file browser where you can find the reference image saved on your computer. The reference image will be added where the origin point is, which is usually located at the center of the Blender world. As we can see, the image is rotated a bit oddly, which we don't want. Select and press Alt-R, which will reset the rotation. Alt plus something is a very useful shortcut, which can reset some transformation. Pressing Alt-S will reset the scale, returning the image or object to its original size. Alt-G will reset the location, placing the origin or the center of the object or image at the center of the scene. I talk about what origin is and how to work with in one of my previous videos. We will move the reference image slightly backwards. It doesn't really matter how much. Next, we will rotate it by 90 degrees. Then add a new object to the scene using the Shift-A shortcut or the Add button in the top menu. When modeling from a simple reference, it's always good to add an object that is most similar to the final shape. In the case of a chess piece, we will add a cylinder. Switch to a side view using the 1 or 3 key on the numpad, depending on which way you rotated your reference image. If you don't have a numpad, you can use the viewport gizmo. If the gizmo isn't visible, click viewport gizmos and check the navigate box. If you don't have a numpad and the gizmo still isn't showing, don't worry. You can also click view in the top menu, choose viewport and select the view you need. With the cylinder selected, switch to edit mode using the top menu or the tab key. The cylinder is currently opaque, making it hard to see the reference image through it. To fix this, go to the top right menu and change the transparency setting using these 4 sphere icons. The viewport shading wireframe options show the object only as its edges. Viewport shading solid shows the object's faces with basic lighting, but without textures. To see through the object, enable toggle X-ray, which make the objects partially transparent. We should now have a reference image and a transparent cylinder. Place the cylinder at the bottom of the reference image and scale it if it needed. Some references are not perfect, as ideally we would need a photo from a full side view. However, that's fine, you can still model it this way. Select the top row of vertices and move them down. Since the object is transparent, vertices on the opposite side of the cylinder are also selected, even if they aren't directly visible. Next, we will use the Extrude tool found under this icon. Extrude is one of most important tools in Blender for creating a new geometry. It works by taking a selected vertex, edge or face and pulling out a new one. The original vertex, edge or face remains and is automatically connected to the new geometry. You can use it by clicking the extrude icon and then the small plus that appears on the object. A much faster and easier method is to remember to press E for extrude. When we create new geometry, we can move, rotate or scale it. For a symmetrical chess piece, simple scaling is enough. Use Extrude to create a new part of the geometry, then use S or the Scale tool in the menu to adjust the shape to match the reference image. We will continue doing this until the entire shape is copied. Once that's done, we can try the Bevel tool found under this icon. Bevel is used to round on chamfer edges by adding new segments. This is useful when a part of the shape didn't turn out right and the edge looks too sharp. Select the edge and drag to soften it. Use the mouse wheel to add or remove segments and control the amount of rounding. Once we have finished modeling, switch back to object mode using the tab key or the top menu. Turn off toggle X-ray and right-click on the object, then select Shade Smooth to make it look smoother. And voila, we are done. If you found this tutorial helpful and learned something new, feel free to support me with a like, subscription or comment. If you would like to support me financially, you can buy me a coffee on Buy Me a Coffee page, link in the description below. It's all for today and I will see you next time in another tutorial.